Welcome everybody to the No Labels, No Walls Action Monday, celebrating the festival we just had last week. My name is Markus Vähälä, hailing from Helsinki, Finland, and it's very nice to be with you today to talk about the future of No Labels, No Walls, new kind of action, new kind of things happening online and locally. And today we have people around the world. Welcome, Leila. How are you doing?
Oh, okay, Marcus. It's been wet and blimmin' miserable weather here today. That's it.
Sad to hear about that, Leila. Sun is shining here, so you should come over and we'll meet and do something nice. Welcome, Leila. Hi, Keith. How are you doing and how's life?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon. I'm here in Glasgow and it's been a bit of an overcast day, but not too bad. So yeah, feeling good. Looking forward to some little trips away in the near future. So yeah, really looking forward to that. All's good.
I hope so too, Keith. Hope to see you here in Helsinki, or then I come over to Glasgow.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, we can start today our individual action, something new that we could create together. And to that end, Mary, are you local or global at the moment? Where are you?
Well, I'm on the both sides of the ocean, like a globe at the same time. So I'm right now here in Heinola, Finland, and from the Strindberg Laboratory that's based in Los Angeles. So I have the both worlds, and it's nice, 18 Celsius, and sunny here in Heinola, and it's the last warm day, at least as far as I can see in here in Finland. So I'm enjoying it.
Lovely to have you with us, Mary. And the Strindberg Laboratory is everywhere. You're usually in California. Michael, how is California?
It's been hot, but we're doing great. Really excited to be here.
Welcome, Michael, and soon we will get into new things opening presented by Michael from California. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for last week. So wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me again. The festival was, at least on our end, it was very rewarding to finally share what we had progress so far and be able to share what we're doing musically, not just in the States, but over the pond and down yonder. And I hope to one day we can meet in person.
I would like to
collaborate.
To see that day, and today you can tell a little bit more about that project and how it links to the future of No Labels, No Walls. Neasley, welcome. How are you doing? It's so lovely to see you.
It's good to be seen and not viewed, as they say. Yes, I'm happy to be here. Just looking forward to today. It's a great day. It actually cooled off on my side of town today, so I'm really excited to not melt like I almost did yesterday.
So lovely to see you, Neasley. Kenneth, welcome to No Labels, No Walls Action Monday. How are you doing and where are you from?
Hello.
Where are you at the moment, Kenneth? Welcome to No Labels, No Walls.
Oh, I'm in Philadelphia.
Welcome. It's so nice to have you with us today as we present some the actions that are we have created last week at the festival and going into the future. So welcome and enjoy the 1 hour together.
Thank you.
So a little bit about last week. We had a whole week of festival action in Helsinki, and on Wednesday and Thursday we enjoyed the International No Labels No Walls Festival from very early to midnight, at least here in Finland, and linking people from different countries to the festival action, and in between the actions happening here on Zoom, we are presented with lovely videos coming from different countries. So to go back to where we were last week, just quickly to share what we were celebrating last week. We're celebrating the action together, and today we are moving to the future. Just a moment. So last week we were meeting for several times. It was 7 times, and out of each action we created some plans for the future, and together with us we had Miss Soilikki Viljanen, and Soilikki is hard at work of bringing in all the data collected from the participants and from those people that were present at these actions. And we will come to these later, but already now we can bring in together the things that we had at the festival. Michael, are you able to share it from your end? For some reason I have problems of presenting.
I'm gonna have to, do you want me, Marcus, do you want to figure that out, and I'll start with the
Yeah,
video?
please, Michael.
Okay, so we're gonna do this a little backwards, I guess. So Marcus is gonna work on what we did on the festival. But what we're gonna talk about now is kind of where we're moving to these Action Mondays. So one of the things over the last 3 years is the first year when we did the festival in Helsinki, it was great because we met all these people, we had all these groups that perhaps didn't have a chance to participate in a festival group action, and they were able to do so. However, it was like, you know, they came in, presented what they were doing, and had an event where it engaged the audience, but it wasn't, we weren't able to achieve that. There was shared events through different organizations. And the second festival we had, obviously because of COVID, was digital. We had a lot of great people, and that was with We Are One, and 300 people, a lot of different events. And it was great, but again, we weren't able to achieve a shared actions together. And this event, this festival, we had a lot of great shared actions, but again, it really still wasn't really connected together. So one of the things we kind of realized with the digital and doing this all digital is that we wanted to start changing it so that way we're more focused on what's happening in your community. And then through that, our digital platforms that we've developed can then share what you're doing, but also include other people into going into their own community and taking an action that then can be reciprocated and perhaps replicated in their own. So, and then from that build more shared actions. So the No Labels, No Walls Action Mondays will not happen anymore, at least unless you all wanted to, on Mondays. It'll happen when you're going to go into your community and show an action of creation with other people. And that could be at any time and any place. And our hope is at the end of the year, so when we do our festival for next year, we show all of these actions that have taken place from around the world, and we show that people have joined in on your actions as well as made a difference in their community and kept, and from your actions, more actions grew from that. And that's the idea of where we're moving forward. Plus, it's much more entertaining than everybody looking at our heads in our homes with the screen. We're actually getting to see Keith, when, like, you're from Scotland, Kevin from New Haven, Layla from UK, Mehdi from Los Angeles. We're actually get to see your community and then feel connected to that and have our actions connect to yours. So that being said, I'm going to show a quick video. This video, what we did is a project that Strindberg Laboratory is launching, and this one has. Sorry, I have to do it this way, or else I won't be able to. So I'm going to show it. It's just going to show this. Our idea is that we're going into communities. We're going to people we don't know, and we're going to invite them to create with us in different mediums, art, and then eventually, hopefully, they'll get inspired, and we'll hopefully lead them towards creating actions like that in their community. So I'm going to now share my screen, and hopefully it will come up. Okay, now I got to do it again. Share the screen. Why isn't it showing up? Turning to the, okay, hold on. Sorry, everybody. I have to figure out where it's at. Love Zoom. Love Zoom. Okay, let me go back. Why is it not showing on my screen? Hold on. Okay, so let's see now, will it work? Maybe, Marcus, I'm having the same trouble you are, but let's see. I think everybody's having the, maybe if I do this, it'll work.
Try it now.
Yeah, I did. It's can you see, or you see another screen? You see another screen, right?
Yes, we need
the actions.
Did you actually open your screen?
I did. It's open. It's open, but it's not. Let me try it another way last time, and then I'll have to figure it out like Marcus had to. 1 second. Stopping the share. Let's go to share screen. There it is. Okay, now I'm going to try it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, last time. Escape. Usually this works. Okay. It was ready. And now it's gone. All right, Marcus, I'm gonna, maybe Mehdi, I'm gonna send it to Mehdi. Maybe she can do it. You want to talk about the festival and then we'll go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Great. So today we will be talking about what happened at the festival, what results came out of that, and we can also design them further. So let's change together, like Michael mentioned, that every year we have had new things coming our way. And so that happens this year as well. So 2019, we had a local festival in Helsinki, just a little bit after the first Citizen Fest. We are one in Glasgow. And in these local festivals, we had people meeting and having workshops, having presentations with very little digital action happening at that time. But 2020 came and it was all digital. We were thinking that perhaps we skipped this year, but no, we went ahead and had a very big festival, international online festival happening in various locations, bringing in people for 6 days together. And after that, we didn't stop the Action Mondays. We have had continuous Action Mondays for over 80 weeks in a row. And out of that, we started to develop the idea of having thematic actions and shared actions. And that's what we did last week, hosted by various organizations and around themes that we have had during the last year. And at the same time, we had the local action and this global international festival happening at the same time. So our first action was Culture Houses, where we created a map where all of you can now participate. We have an open map where you can put all the art and creative groups you know, so we can interact better. Not only the Culture Houses, that is very Finnish thing. We are now starting to create a map together with you where you can find new groups to interact with. With the Walking Football and Sports Dreams, we are collecting all these visions and dreams and creating a network of inside Europe, and we are applying funding for a project where we can use social sports as tools in the community to engage people and engage new audiences together with new people. And that's something that we are planning to do by the end of October. So at this moment, we are looking for partners. So if you would be interested, please contact us immediately. And in Hope for Justice, if Michael, you would like to say that how we are moving forward with this project.
Yeah, so Hope for Justice, we had a lot of great submissions. We did the group poem, and it went really great. So what we're doing now in the next 2 weeks is to create a digital artwork from everybody saying the group poem, and then also coupled with the art that was created for it, and then put it up on the No Labels, No Walls Facebook page as a shared action that was completed. Also, per the video, once I'm able to show it, I'll show you what we're also doing to continue that in our community.
Thank you, Michael. And we had a lovely session around the idea of building a bigger we. The idea came from Toronto Summer Institute. It happened on this festival, and out of this, we also designed a couple of ideas for the future of the No Labels, No Walls, which is individual action. How do we reach out to new people? How do we reach out new communities and new organizations in new ways? Would you like to say something about this, Michael?
Yeah, so Building a Bigger We was great. Some people did interview people they didn't know and ask series of questions, and then they were able to speak about that experience. One of the things is that we are hopefully going to continue that. It's a really great way for people to connect together, and it could be one of our Action Mondays. People kind of talking about or sharing their experience doing that in their community, because it's such a great way of doing community. And then Mehdi, I don't know if you want to talk about what you're doing tomorrow with that person.
Yes, so I'm gonna do revolutionarily listening and interview here in Heinola. I'm staying with my parents, and downstairs neighbor is 92-year-old wonderful lady called Lily. And I'm going to film it, and then I'm going to create an event for the Facebook, so I can share the interview, and then we can have an event that way. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
Thank you, Mary. And on Thursday, we had a lovely session together with our friends from Glasgow and Scotland, creating We Are One. Keith, would you like to comment?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, as you said, Marcus, we've done the We Are One festival since, or we began the We Are One festival in 2019. So in the same way that as an in-person event or a series of events in Glasgow in Scotland, and the last year we, as you were describing, we joined up with No Labels, No Walls, and we're involved in a wide-ranging week of action. And this year we're really just thinking again about how it can work best for as many people, keeping the ethos, keeping the essence of what we do, which is about inclusion, justice, and promoting the ethos of a world where everyone matters, and that everyone can bring their own gifts and talents to it. We Are One is constituted as a formal entity in Scotland. We Are One Scotland, or it's about to constitute as a formal entity, and it will continue to deliver different activities, including the idea of a citizen fest. But it looks like the next one's going to happen in 2022 rather than this year now. So.
But that's also great that we all can join and bring our talents to be presented at the We Are One festival. So now, since the last time, we have created new platforms, new kind of ways to interact, and also we can share this calls for action where we can participate, and that's something that we are doing already now, so we can start to build the We Are One festival already this year in various ways. So Universal Basic Income Laboratory was a session coming from Sheffield-based community that has established a plethora of UBI labs around the UK, Europe, and worldwide, and they have also thematic laboratories. And there was also interest in creating a UBI lab Finland. And to this end, Ms. Soilikki Viljanen has created a plan to create a legal entity, an NGO around this, but we also learned that you can start the UBI lab very easily. You just engage the UBI lab community, and we also learn from each other how it goes, and you don't need an association to start a UBI lab. And that would allow us to join UBI labs worldwide, also the wider UBI lab community that already exists, for example, in Finland, and to create peer-to-peer action around UBI. And out of this universal basic income scene, that creates economical justice and would allow more options for people to also to engage in society building, community building. UBI Labs is a good network in that sense that they also have this kind of grassroots level action involved, very close to no labels, no walls, individual action idea. So the last action after a great concert that we had coming live from Kukunori was Music Beyond All Borders, where we created the longest song in the world. And this is a project that continues. So would you like to comment, Kevin?
Yes. So we had this talk when we did our Action Monday prior to its conception and the festival itself. We wanted to do something where we can, at least we at Musical Intervention downtown New Haven, we get the ball running, and then we had this beat. We would pass it off to our friends in Kukunori, Music Beyond All Borders, and Music Broth in Scotland. And it was just one beat with a hook. You could sing the hook, create the big component is creating your own original melody, lyrics, whether it's sung, rap, spoken word, anything musical. It can be a guitar solo, it can be dance, it can be sign language. We had friends from Studio 730, I believe. I feel bad. From Canada, send a clip of them doing sign language. That was just amazing to see. So what we're hoping to do is we keep the project going at least for from now until August 26, 2022, or the time of the next festival. That way we see what progress we've made. So far we've had 12 submissions, and it was like a 12-minute video, and we're hoping by this time next year we try to aim for 1,000. That's like, maybe it's a pipe dream, but that would be extraordinary to see 1,000 people come together for this one event.
Thank you so much, Kevin, and it was lovely to hear your jamming, your concert coming straight from New Haven, and that's also an idea for a new action, Concerts Beyond All Borders. How could we, for example, publish these concerts online? For example, in Citizen Network TV, that was one of the organizers of the festival media production. That is something that many people are involved at the moment.
So that jam was really improvised. We just did it on the spot. It was something that Musical Intervention, we just go into it. We play together. I guess it's mutual. You just play together as a band, sort of like how you're jamming out. And I would love to do more of those like open concerts, whether they have like original compositions or free flowing. They want to do a adaptation of a cover, something like that. That I don't know, really. It would be nice to like include like just like as an incentive. I don't know if it's possible to perform your verses for I'm just thinking out of my mouth right now. Sorry.
And Music Beyond All Borders is also about developing these ideas further and to teach, learn, and produce music locally and internationally using digital platforms. And all these platforms and solutions been developing quite rapidly during the recent years. So we need to take these new opportunities to new communities and new audiences. And there's even more action. So we enjoyed a lovely video from Strindberg Laboratory, from Environmental Justice from project from California, Giriful project from Bangladesh, Hats Against the Stigma from Hilpa from Finland, and a lot of plans for the future as well. Hilpa, would you like to comment on these?
Yes, yeah. Well, nothing has been signed on, but as we agreed during the festival, that we are trying to have a march next May, at least here in Helsinki. And of course, if there would be people on the other parts of the world as well willing to do the same kind of march, it would be really lovely. And then I still collect hats or pictures of hats, and I'm planning that before the march I would do the second edition, a second digital video exhibition of the new collection of hats. And also it's possible that the video will be performed in an exhibition later this year. So there is like all kinds of little things at least happening. And let's see, within a couple of months, I know more. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilpa. And it's the little things that are important, and the future lies in these little things, and the network of the little things is the future. And it was very nice to have Kimilti and Gizem and NDBDC to present their lovely dance art at the festival. They were with us last year as well, and we have a new friend from New York, the Inclusive Theater, presented their very interesting theater piece. Hopefully we will meet them later here at the No Labels, No Walls action. Fionathan presented their lovely music and their videos, and also took part of the festival action. Riku Turpeinen presented a whole new video album at the festival, half an hour new videos and music. And Citizen Network was presented in all these actions. We were learning how to create very simple way to publish festival content very cheaply and efficiently, and we're sharing this learning in the Citizen Network TV community weekly.
So
about the future of No Labels, No Walls, back to you, Michael.
I finally got my video. So the future No Labels, No Walls will be in your individual action. So what are you doing in your community? You're going to bring us hopefully as much as you can with us, and basically hopefully inspire us to create in our community. Also perhaps even take your cause up in our own community so we're joined. That being said, I'm going to show this new program that Strindberg Laboratory is doing, just as an example of creating art with people that we don't know in our local community. This is what we did on Saturday. Everybody can see my screen now? Yes, thank God. All right, 1 second.
During our history, the Strindberg Laboratory has always been about building community both locally and internationally, as we believe that we are all in this together. Theater and art have a unique role to play, as it can break people out of habitual habits. During this COVID crisis, We here at the Strindberg Laboratory have realized that the community building is the simple act of one person meeting someone new and making a connection that continues to grow over time. That is why we are launching our new project, the Strindberg Laboratory Revolutionary Theater Project.
What is it, you ask? Once a week, you will see videos and live streams of examples of us going to our neighbors, parks, anywhere there are people, and creating something with them based on the theme. These themes can relate to power, justice, or an important topic that affects all of us right now. These people we have never met before, and from these interactions we will ask them to sometimes this year create with someone they don't know and then document that experience and share it with us. We hope to show that one action creates thousands of actions that can change the world.
And how can I join in, you ask? Wherever you are, we will be asking people through social media and from our connections around the world to set up to share your community building actions that we can replicate. Or if you're local, come on and join us.
The point is that all of our actions will be connected, and what you do will affect us and vice versa.
You have the power to affect real change, and all it takes is knocking on your neighbor's door. Anyone you can do this. It takes the willingness to connect and a willingness to change. So join us. Let's unite the world together.
Yes, come join us.
So we made that video, but it was a simple thing. We went into 2A, who's our one of our members. He had this launch thing for his business, and there was a couple people we didn't know, and they created this art through Actions of Hope, and it was, you know, us reaching out to people we don't know and creating community. So that being said, that could have been an Action Monday, and it could have been on Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we could have just, you know, made a little video with it and showed people that's what we're doing. And you get to see what LA looks like, parts of LA, you get to see new people, and then people can hopefully get inspired to do something in their community and pass it on. Like Medi's saying, tomorrow she's going to be going to Hainola, and that's our Action Monday. You know, she's going to go into Hainola, interview somebody, create a connection with somebody maybe she knows but doesn't really know, and share her experience with us and hopefully inspire others. So that's going to, and then what would happen is that if everybody does at least one of these, then when we do the next festival, we show like that we kind of did it all together in a way, because it was all it was all kind of spurred by the fact that, you know, we're inviting you into what we're doing now, and also like kind of doing this together in a sense, even though maybe we're not like directly, physically. Digitally, it's great because we developed all of these different tools to share it. So whatever you're doing in the community can reverberate around the world as well. So that being said, I want to kind of bring it up to people now, just some ideas, because we're not going to be meeting every week now, because there's no, unless you guys are doing an action in that week time frame. And Marcus, there's one more event we're doing next Monday, but we'll go into that a little bit. But Keith, I'll start with you. Is there any action that you do already, maybe in your community, that you can share, like maybe like next month, this month, I guess it's beginning of this month, new month, but that you want to share with us that we could support you and also hopefully get inspired to do something similar in our own community? Is there anything? And that could also lead into the whole We Are One festival as well.
So I'm not sure. I don't know. I need to think about it. So at the moment, I'm thinking about the Stay Up Late Scotland stuff that we do. So we're talking about all sorts. We're talking about we're going to restart the music program that we do soon, but we're also talking about how we get back out there and maybe do some more things in person. For an actual opportunity for people to get together. So maybe that's somewhere that I can work through those sorts of ideas.
Yeah, maybe like I know you broadcast sometimes the Stay Up Late.
Yeah.
But perhaps we could do maybe before you could do like a video about Stay Up Late, what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Could be an Action Monday, or Action, whatever. We don't have to call it. We'll have to think of a new name, but and that is that event for this week, this month, and then see if anybody else around the world does this stuff. You know,
yeah.
Does that seem something that could be a possibility?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. So we could involve what we have. We have something called our national committee, which is like lots of people from around Scotland. So we can involve the national committee in doing a film. We could each do a bit of film, and we could put that together into something.
And it's really important, because I know we're all kind of veterans at this, that also please document as much as you can in the group page you're building the event, because then also it'll show kind of leading up to it, you know, so it's like almost like a mini festival, right? So the preparation, the progress, because the more we can show that, the more other people might be interested and get involved. Does that seem okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing, like Michael mentioned, we try to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, some people in Finland know about Stay Up Late, and I know communities that could do similar things.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is the model that I can bring into this community? Hey, Keith and the guys are doing great stuff in Glasgow. How about doing something similar in Helsinki or any other town here in Finland?
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep going on it, and the building of it is something I think just as important as the execution of the action. Just not putting you on the spot, but maybe would it take 3 months? Would it take 4 months? Would it take a year? Like, how long do you imagine something like that, or when are you going to launch it anyways, that we can join in and have it as one of our actions?
So it may take, wouldn't take more than 3 months.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's a Christmas or a winter holiday music Stay Up Late. So that's fantastic. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, we can make it.
And it can change, Keith. It can change.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. We can work it up when we next meet, which is when the group next meets, which is in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay.
Yeah, we was going to meet this week, but we've changed it now, so we're meeting in 2 weeks now.
And then Kevin, we talked a little bit in the CNTV meeting about your event. But do you want to share just a tiny bit the fact of maybe show people making the song and then how they recording it, etc., so then other people can do it in real time? Remember we were talking a little bit about—
we did. So if anyone who does have access to a studio, we've been recording with Logic Pro X. I'm sure other musicians can record with Ableton, Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, etc. And we've been compiling the videos into Final Cut Pro. But for those who don't have access to such technology, we did post a clip on our YouTube channel on you can use like a phone or a camera to capture yourself. You might ask a friend to help you out if you want. But so what we could do for a possible Action Monday is sort of an extension of that, where we can do the how-to in real time. We can have like, a few of us, like new faces for the video, like come into the studio with us, show them how we record the track, and then of course how we film, how we sync it up. If you want to do it live or you want to lip sync to it.
And that seems like you guys are already doing it. So maybe our goal for your Kevin is to we can do it maybe in like a month's time. You know,
I can definitely talk to
Adam
to see about
perfect
doing that.
Maybe next week,
Monday.
Yeah, maybe next week. And it doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be, could be any time. That's best for you. Because I think it's important too, we don't get in the habit of meeting every Monday, because it's kind of like, then it's habitual. So we want to make sure we break habitual habits. So it's based on what's good for everybody's time to get the most people in your community that we can then hopefully digitally support and contribute.
I see. It's just that we're gonna be very like, if we can't, Monday is really our safest bet.
Okay, Monday's great. If it works Monday, fantastic. It does. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be. Okay, so I want to then bring it over to Hilpa. Hilpa, we spoke a little bit about maybe in November about your hat idea. So I just wanted to kind of go over that. If you want to share what you're thinking, a possibility for an action we can help join and support. What are you thinking? Hilpa?
Yeah, sorry, what was your last sentence? Because my
if you want to,
connection is.
That's okay. If you want to talk a little bit about your hat thing, maybe that we're going to do in November, and about the next kind of step that digitally we can help support the action.
Yes. Yeah, it would be interesting, and I already have thought that I need people who can share the project with me and help with it, like and it would be interesting to have an event that is partially digital and partially taken place maybe at my home or someplace where I can introduce the production, and then also people over the screen, but also at my place we can brainstorm the ideas about how to take the Hats Against the Stigma movement forward.
Perfect. So I'm going to write that in the chat. So November, you're going to introduce with a group in locally in person.
Yes, possibly, yes.
Possibly, maybe outside.
Yeah.
The hat, ending stigma, and how it can be further developed, and we can join in digitally.
Yeah, and also maybe some sort of like instructions that because I would really need help from outside Finland, because I have like all kinds of ideas that what kind of pictures and what kind of support pictures I would want to have, and one of my goal is that I will get at least one picture from every country in the world.
Oh, fantastic! One picture from every country in the world. Perfect.
My guess is that North Korea is probably the last one.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, you'll never know. And then also other kind of stuff, like how groups like as an example, ice hockey teams could take part by just putting their helmets in one big.
That's right.
and then posting it in their Instagram account and saying that yes, we sign the values that Hats Against the Stigma has, and we take part in this, so that it doesn't have to be just anonymous people donating pictures of their hats, but also like larger groups that can take part and make it more visibly.
Fantastic, Hilda. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I want to be mindful of time. So Neasley, and then Layla, then finally Marcus. Neasley, do you have any ideas?
Off the top of my head, no.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were
Well, you know,
but you know, Neasley, why don't maybe next week, because that way you're doing so much.
The next 2 weeks to so this month, the month of September coming up, I'm like completely unavailable.
That's fine. I have an idea. I know yesterday we were thinking about maybe you going into jails, right? We talked about that. Maybe you can describe, once you get to that place, your action into that community. Or in the church, whatever you're doing in your church, you can describe an action you're doing with that community. Again,
sure.
Limited in time, but it could be like Hilda's saying is, I need help. How do I do it? That could, or what ideas do you have? And that could be a great way to get people from around the world involved in your action as well. What do you think of that? And that doesn't have to come next week. It can happen when you have more time.
Sure. I mean, definitely. I know there's a lot on the table that's coming up. I travel next week.
Okay.
And I'm working on a project for the end of this week, mega.
Sure.
And so between now and literally October 24th,
okay,
I'm not able to focus on anything else.
No problem. We have
yeah.
That's fine, but it has been born. Layla, really quick.
Sure.
I saw your text about interviewing me. That's a great action. I'd love to be, no, just kidding. No, but you can interview Layla if you want to mute yourself. You don't have to interview me. What would be good, what would be good, Layla, is why don't you think about, and we can talk about more of next week or when you have an idea of interviewing somebody you've always wanted to interview, that maybe you've never been able to interview and don't know before. It could be anybody, it could be from BMix, it could be from your neighbors, it could be from anybody you want. And then we all will help you to get ready, and we'll do practice sessions, maybe even in our actions, to help interview that person. What?
Okay.
Would that be okay? So next week, I want you to come up with a few ideas of who you want to get interviewed, and we can organize an event of helping Layla get ready for the interview. What do you all think of that? What?
Maybe you?
Maybe me, but let's see if there's somebody who talks so much. What? Well, let's see. Think about somebody. Maybe it's a scuba diver, a fellow scuba diver. It could be anybody. But we'll come up, we'll brainstorm together a little bit over the week. Okay?
Okay.
Fantastic.
When are you free over the week?
Well, we'll talk about it during the week. We'll get a time and we'll come up with some scenarios. All right. And Medi's here to help as well, and I'm sure everybody else. All right, but we'll organize an event together.
Okay.
Fantastic. Marcus, it's up to you now, buddy. We came up with Medi's coming up. Do the listening. Keep up. There it is. He's already got the solution.
So thank you, Michael. So my action for the future is called My Normal Life. And we are doing this together with friends coming from Bangladesh and Helsinki and from you. So this is an action that is quite easy to create wherever you are. And now we are using a different platform. We are using Instagram. And the idea of this project, and it has already started, so hop in today So take pictures of your normal life. You can decide what normal is, but no posing or parties or something you would do normally. So tag your photo in Instagram with tags Giriful Project and Giriful International, and we will create a digital exhibition worldwide and a local exhibition in Helsinki in the coming months. So that's action happening together. So a couple of ideas how you could do this. Use your meeting system to collect photos. For example, you can use Zoom meetings and people can send you some photo files if you don't have an Instagram account and you cannot do it the way I described. You can ask people to take photos at the action event. Okay, now you have 15 minutes, go in your home or go out of your house and take a photo and send it to you immediately. You can ask people to send the photos to you if they don't have an Instagram account, so you can put them online and I will collect those photos for the exhibition. And you can use this in that way that you can take your phone and go out into your community and people who are having the Zoom event can then take the picture for you. You just show and some other person then takes the picture. And you can start today, and we will have a meeting where we are sharing our photos as well.
Marcus, that's fantastic. What I was thinking is, as you were saying it, what day, two things. One is, I think would be really important for the group, and I don't know if everybody else feels that, can you in real time create an Action Monday where you're doing it in your life? So you're showing us an everyday thing, and it could be any time, doesn't have to be a Monday. You taking the photo, and then to inspire us to do the same in our own lives. Can you show us in real time what that looks like and show us a little bit? Maybe it's when you're doing a rap session with CNTV. I mean, you know, you change into, you know.
Yes, that's the interesting bit, where this action event where I invite all of you becomes the studio for the project.
Fantastic.
So I'll show you how to take these photos, how to use Instagram, but also you can show me where you are and I take the photos and put those into the exhibition. So this is something that these digital platforms allow us to do.
When do you think you want to do this? What is what day and what time, or you're not sure yet?
Not sure yet.
Okay.
But it will happen.
Fantastic. So next week, I want everyone, now Strindberg, Medi's going to be doing tomorrow her event. So we already got another action happening. So we've done 2 actions this week, better than 1. But next week, we're going to meet one more time. Marcus has a guest speaker, which we'll talk about. But I also want to make sure during the event, because it is about internal things and about changing, Marcus will talk about it. But I want everybody to think about what, like a little bit more what they're doing. And then also, we're going to talk about like making sure that we publicize it. So when you do your event, I will put it on the mass email that you guys have been seeing weekly. We also will make sure, if you add us as a co-host on the Facebook event, to promote it in the No Labels, No Walls social media channels, and share it, that video that you create, or the action, the live stream, with our group, so we spread your message around the world. So we'll talk also a little bit about that to help you. And then, yeah, Marcus, do you want to say about our last technically Action Monday that we're doing next week?
Thank you, Michael. As we are continuing individual action linked to networked impact in the future, we have a guest speaker coming from Finland, Mojibur Doftori. He is a doctor, and he will talk about the power of the power within. So how can we engage ourselves? How can we engage other people? And hope to see all of you next Monday together with Mojibur.
Any questions before we wrap it up? Does everybody know, everybody feeling good about this? No, Neasley's not, but that's all right, Neasley. We'll help you. That's why we're a community. But anything else, any questions, guys, comments? But this is great, everybody. I just want to, yes, Layla.
Can I chat to you on Facebook Messenger?
Yes, we can talk. But anybody, I just want to say, this is, I think, a really nice path forward. I think I'm personally excited because it's something we haven't done. And I think it really is going to be a great next step in all the work that we've achieved together. So hopefully let's keep this going. Let's keep and move to the next dimension, and you know, and keep moving and keep creating positive change in our community. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, everybody, and see you in a week.
See you.
Same time, same channel.
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.